Hello everybody.
As per the injunction that was served on
I want you to watch this video real close. This is Pastor Artur Pawlowski, Canada, being arrested today.
What's your name, officer?
Andrews, 5244.
Okay.
So how do you feel being a Nazi now? And then we got a gangster here. How do you feel being a Nazi and breaking the Gestapo?
What's his officer? What's your name and number?
Sorry.
What's your name and number, please?
5283, Constable Darwood.
A Nazi, a lawbreaker. You're breaking the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. So can you look in your mirror, man?
So I have to advise both you and Mr. Pawlowski over there that you guys are both under arrest. Please, if you would, step on the vehicle and comply.
Report. Yes.
So this is Pastor Pawlowski. He had a service today. They had a service Saturday morning up in Calgary, Canada, and they pulled him over here on the freeway and they're arresting him. Now there it is. They've got him out in the middle of the freeway and they're arresting him. You seeing this? This is in Canada. You know, he's been running his church his way, just normally. There you go. They're dragging him. This is in Canada, supposedly a free country. They have a constitution, a charter, just like we do, similar to ours. And there's another pastor, I think that's his under pastor for running their church their way.
Whatever happened to Canada? God keep our land glorious and free. What are they going to do when they come for your kids? Shame on you guys. You call yourselves Canadians? Man, where's your oath? Where's your honor? Where's your dignity? You guys aren't Canadian.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you. I'm going to turn that off now. But they've just arrested him, Art Pawlowski. By the way, Pastor Pawlowski is originally from Poland, where I've played music. I played in Poland back in 1986 with a Christian rock band and with several other Christian bands from England and Europe and then us. And it was communist at that time. Poland in '86 was still communist. The Berlin Wall was still up, as you remember, those of you that know some history. And they kicked us out after 3 concerts. So this pastor comes from Poland, and he saw that kind of authoritarian communism in his own country, you know, like 35 years ago. So he decided to get out of there and come to a free country, Canada, what he thought was a free country. And now here we are 35 years later. He's running a church up there in Canada. They're doing a service on a Saturday morning, and they come there, and they arrest him, not to the church, but they, as you saw in the video, they arrest him out in the middle of the freeway. The Canadian authorities, from what I've read from a couple of 2 or 3 other websites, are using some sort of a secret warrant. They didn't give it to his lawyer. Pawlowski said, you can give that to my lawyer. Don't talk to me, talk to my lawyer. So the Canadian cops, the police, and the authorities are going around, probably, I'm guessing that their constitution, they're going around their constitution and their charter up there, and they tried to serve him a warrant. He said, talk to my lawyers. Well, they've arrested him today. This is Canada, people. You know, right north of our border. And it's over the COVID rules, coronavirus rules. And he's been running his church the way he feels God is telling him to run it. In other words, not at 15%, people, not at 20 or 25 or 30% capacity. He's running it the way he feels God's telling him to run it. And people can wear masks if they want. If they don't want to, they don't have to wear masks. They had a service this morning, and they arrest him right out in the middle of the highway, which by the way, seems really kind of Nazi-like to me. You know, like Gestapo type looking, tactics. Like, let's arrest this guy out in the middle of the freeway in Canada. There'll be video of this. We'll arrest him and make a huge, gigantic scene, and we'll show everybody in the world that what great power and authoritarians we are here in Calgary, Canada. Like, wow. This guy escaped communism once, and now he comes to the West thinking, well, I've escaped it. Now I can run a church my way. Freedom of religion. I'm guessing Canada's constitution and their charter probably has a similar thing about freedom of religion. And apparently not. They've shut him down. They've arrested him. They're probably going to shut his church down. They're probably going to fence it off, which they've already done to another church. They're saying, well, he's broken the COVID rules. And I'm like, wow, what's happened to freedom of religion, though? What's happened to freedom of religion in the West, in Canada? It's going bye-bye real fast, and it's probably going to happen here within a year or two. Look at the way things are going. They tried to shut our churches down here in Colorado, about 6 months ago, and a little church in Alt sued. Just 4 miles from here, a little church sued the state of Colorado, and they won. The Supreme Court said, nope, the U.S. Constitution says you can't restrict people's worship like that. We have freedom of religion in this country. Our Constitution, Bill of Rights say that. But in Canada, either they're skirting their Constitution or they're completely ignoring it, or their Constitution is a little different. I don't really know. But just take a look at what's happened to that man. I mean, Canada is losing their freedoms. They're becoming authoritarian very fast over these COVID rules. You're going to have to choose sides, people. You Christians, you're going to have to choose sides, because this government is no longer free, and it's quickly becoming that way here in the United States very fast. Left-wing people, left-wing liberal Christians will say, well, that's not true. He was breaking COVID rules. I'm like, really? That's interesting. But they can have a Walmart and a Target running full blast with 500 or 600 people in it every day, right? They can have a Lowe's or a Home Depot that has 400, 500, 600 people in it at a time. And a new MIT study says that in those kind of environments, this is MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, a published study that they did that said, guess what? That 6-foot rule doesn't work. It never has worked, because the COVID virus blows all over the place in huge stores like that, grocery stores, Walmart. And so they can stay open because they're big and they're powerful, and they give city and state governments a ton of money. But they're going to arrest this pastor in his little tiny church. You see what's happening here? Oh, he doesn't contribute any money to the coffers. So we got to shut that guy down. He's breaking COVID rules. But, oh, never mind that 1,000 Walmarts are letting 600 people at a time into their stores, and, oh, no big deal, it's no big deal. The rules are so arbitrary, and they have been since the beginning of this pandemic. It's crazy, people. You got to wake up. You left-wing church people need to wake up. It's coming here. And if they start cracking down on conservative Christians like they're doing in Canada, they do that to us here, like a guy like me, who's conservative, pro-life, pro-traditional marriage, you know, biblical. I believe the Bible is literal. If they do that to us, you don't think they're going to do that to you pretty soon? You liberal Christians? Yeah, right. They'll do it to you too. You know, we need to wake up, folks.